Welcome to the UR. This is Beer Talk with Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
So today we are drinking Angry Orchard Hard Cider Hoppin' Mad Apple.
Angry Orchard Hard Cider Hoppin' Mad Apple.
That's it. So this is I haven't tasted it at all.
I've already taken a couple sips. It's apple juice.
Yeah, it's a
cider. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. A lot of people are like that. It's not a beer. That's what they're gonna say. But you know what? They had it in the beer rack.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. If you didn't hear our last Beer Talk episode, we talked about the Pick Six. We went ahead and went to HEB again.
Yep.
Got a different arrangement of the Pick Six. So we'll be talking about that throughout today's talk.
Maybe, hopefully, depends on how fast Tony drinks.
So is this like a
You're on
race
the spot.
now?
You're on the spot. You're on the hot seat, sir.
Oh crap! That was supposed to be drinking.
He's drinking that beer. So Angry Orchard, yes, it is apples with you know what tastes like manzanita, but they took the sugar away.
I can see that. You know what I think it tastes like? I think it really tastes like a hoppin' mad apple, you know.
Oh yeah, I got you. He's mad. And you're gonna become a hard cider now. It's not bad though. You know, for those of you who do not like the taste of beer, which makes you not a man, it's not bad. It's like if you take out a girl.
Yes, definitely.
She wants something to drink. You're like, hey, I don't really like beer. He's like, I got you.
Or if y'all are already in a relationship, you know, and you decide to cook dinner for her one day, you know, this would be, and you bring out the wine glasses. Huh? I think it'll work. You know, make it romantic. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know.
You sneak it in.
Sneak it in.
So, no, it's not bad at all. And yes, for all those purposes, it would work quite fine. What do you picture yourself eating with this type of beer? What kind of palate does it?
I don't know. I'm a carnivore, so I'd probably go with like a steak, dude.
You see yourself eating a steak?
Yeah,
like a steak with this?
Yeah, with this, like apple juice. I don't know. That's just me.
I don't know. I mean, Guinness in my we have a Guinness.
Okay, see Guinness, yeah, but we're talking about like if it was going to be with a girl.
I mean,
well, I guess she could drink this and a man could drink Guinness. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So it's a feminine beer.
Yeah, and I think it would go.
We're so sexist,
right?
Actually, it goes well with a lot of different things. If you think about it, you could have some pasta with this.
I could see that going. Yeah, that happened.
Some pasta. You know, actually,
because it does taste like, you know, apple juice or as you said, manzanita.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, no like the sugar's taken away, so it's, you know, it's still kind of sweet, but it's definitely goes good with pasta. I could see that working as well.
Hoppin' Mad Apple is dry hopped for all the top goodness and none of the hop bitterness. The cider's bright apple sweetness is Angry Orchard Hard Cider Hoppin' Mad Apple. So they took a lot of the hop out, which is what gives you that bitterness in the beer.
Gotcha.
That kind of explains it.
Mm-hmm.
It has, if we're looking back at the nutrition facts, calories 160, sodium 15, sugar 13. I've seen worse. I've seen some that have like 27, 23. So this one's not that bad sugar-wise.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of iron. And please, people, drink responsibly.
Yes, please do.
And it has I don't know if that's that ladder on top of the drink responsibly is there on purpose.
There's really a ladder?
Yeah, there's a ladder right on top of the please drink responsibly.
Where are you seeing that at? The back?
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you look at the nutrition facts to the right.
Mine has a tractor.
Drink responsibly. Oh, looks like Roberto Carlos Beltran just woke up, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Just woke up. So if you're just joining us, this is Beer Talk episode 2. And Tony did his pick 6 today. And the first beer that we are
currently on is Angry Orchard Hard Cider Hoppin' Mad Apple.
And we concluded if you are less of a man, this is your beer.
Yes.
If you are a woman, a whoa man, this is your beer. No, actually, it's not bad. If I
could drink it. I mean, I'm drinking it.
Right, right. If I'm out in the patio, maybe we're having a little cookout. I don't want something hard.
Yeah.
I would definitely pick this rather than Bud Light, in my opinion.
I think so too. And I mean, really, with 13 grams of sugar, which isn't too bad, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't feel too guilty.
Yeah. For all you health freaks out there.
For all you health freaks out there. So what we're gonna do right now is we're actually gonna pause it.
We're pausing.
We're gonna pausing the podcast, and we're gonna move on to the other beer, so that way Tony
can give you a full review of the beers that I chose and what I think of it. My take
so enjoy this brief music while he finishes his beer.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
And we're back. So now Tony has...
I've returned from my venture to the fridge, and I brought out a Sol.
A Sol, and that's a Mexican beer.
Mexican beer, yes. Original de Mexico is what it says. Cerveza Original de Mexico.
All right.
Translation: beer originated from Mexico, brewed in Mexico.
So what's your take on Sol? He's taking a swig, ladies and gentlemen. He's tasting.
It's good. I can, I could picture being on a beach drinking this. Reminds me, Corona type.
There you go.
It's a lot smoother than Corona. I think it doesn't have that Corona like aftertaste.
That's what I feel. When I drink that beer, I feel it's a lot smoother than Corona. Maybe it's just because that's the imported one, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Corona's just a little bit more hoppy.
Yeah,
just a little bit more.
Definitely.
And with this one, I don't feel inclined to lime it up and put a bunch of salt in there. I think you could, but I don't feel like I have to.
It goes down. Yeah, it's perfect the way it is.
Do you dress your Coronas in Dos Equis?
Dos Equis, no. It's actually one of the lines that I use whenever I go out to a bar. Whenever I have enough liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, do you want your Dos Equis dress? I'm like, no, I like my beer the way I like my women, naked. That's when confidence kicks in.
There you go. There you go.
Liquid courage.
And this one's like that, right? It's really smooth. Yeah, I first drank it, and now I can talk about it, because I first drank it when I was 19 years old, and I was in Mexico with my cousins, and they took me out to a party, and this is the beer that they had.
Oh, okay.
And it was really chill. We just sat. I remember sitting on these cinder blocks, and
okay, so it was real kickback, just family hanging.
Yeah.
Nice,
and I drank the beer, and I remember, wow, this is the type of feeling you get whenever you watch it on TV, like chilling.
Yeah.
It was hot, and this is definitely refreshing.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
And it's a light beer. It's not heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's smooth.
Yeah.
In other words,
I like it. It's good.
Now I'm gonna let you savor that beer, only because we have a special segment for you guys out there. What could it be? What could it be?
What is it? I'm interested in knowing as well.
It's Tony's.
Is it the Tinder Adventures?
Oh yes, Tony's
Okay.
Tender Adventures.
Tinder.
All
right. I want to say about 2 weeks ago, met this girl. She seemed really awesome. We talked for about a week on Tinder. We finally set up a day to, meet up. And living in San Antonio, I chose I-10 Ice House. Really cool place. I figured, they have games. It's a bar. We could drink, play video games, Jenga, darts, pool. Not video games, but games. They have beer pong tables. Just a good environment, I think, for a first date. She agreed to it. We agreed on meeting up around 10 o'clock. I showed up at 10. I was waiting around, for the first hour I was sitting at the bar. Waiting to see her walk in or, see if I recognize her. Or nothing. An hour passes, I'm at the bar drinking by myself, I decided to go out to the patio. I'm like, maybe she's outside, so I go out to the patio, drink. Nothing. So it's roughly around 11:30. I text a friend, hey, I'm here at a bar. I just got stood up. I'm already here. I've been drinking. Like, do you want to come hang out? He ends up showing up. We drink another beer. By that time, it's 12. And I'm like, man, she's not showing up. It's a no-show. She hasn't responded. Yeah. So he's like, I have beer at my house. I'm like, hey, well, that's awesome because I have beer in my car.
Which we don't say should.
No, yeah, you should not. I had it in the trunk of my car. It was unopened. I had bought in it just in case, things went good at the bar.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
This guy's ready.
Prepared. So, anyways, we're like, okay, that's cool. So we're leaving the bar. As we're walking out, I get approached by some girl. She had short hair. And she asks me, hey, what ethnicity are you?
Wait. So she's in the car or she's walking in?
No. We're exiting the bar, so we're still inside.
Oh, okay.
And I'm getting close to the door, she comes up to me and she's like, hey, what ethnicity are you? Uh-huh. I say, oh, I'm Hispanic. She's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, why? What ethnicity do you think I was? And she said something like, I don't know, some Guatemalan and Chinese or something.
Mix, okay.
Yeah. And I just laughed because she said Chinese. But I was like, okay.
You have problems with the Asians?
No problems at all.
Are you trying to say that you're racist against Asians?
Not at all. This is a Tinder story. So
Sorry.
It's not about the race. But
okay.
Anyways, and she was pretty. But I see my friend Rob, friend David, he turns back and he's like, hey, we're leaving. So he walks out the door. I'm like, just to be kind, I'm like, oh, so what ethnicity are you? And she tells me her, race. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, well, it was really nice meeting you. I wish I could stay and talk, but I'm actually leaving. So I walked out. We drive over to my buddy's house. We start drinking, and I'm on the profile seeing if she's messaged back or, because I already left the bar.
Yeah. And
I'm looking at her pictures, and she's beautiful. Her pictures, she looks very pretty, but she had long hair in her pictures. And as I'm looking at these pictures, I'm reminded of the girl at the bar that had approached me and asked my ethnicity. And I was like, wait, I see similarities, but the girl at the bar had short hair. And I mean, it was
down by your ears.
Yeah, short hair, but same hair color. And it was kind of curly. So I was like, was that her? So I asked my friend, I was like, hey, that girl that stopped me? I show it to him and he's like, oh my, dude, that was her.
No way.
Yeah.
He saw her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you guys were both coming out.
Yeah. So he's like, he's laughing. He's like, oh, man, only this stuff would happen to you. It had to be you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I tried messaging her after that, and she just never responded. I guess she thought that I blew her off or, kind of dissed her. But at the same time, she never messaged. I had no idea she was at the bar.
Exactly.
So, I mean, she just, approached me, and I just thought it was a random person. I was already, 2 hours later. I mean, I was thinking she was a no-show. I was like, okay. I'm leaving,
But what gets me is that even without this whole Tinder thing, if she's coming up and it's just this girl and she's kind of cute, I mean, you didn't make time to kind of.
I was already feeling bummed that, that's why we were going to go drink some more at his house. So I was already bummed. Like, man, I just got turned down. That was actually the first time.
Why don't you just invite her over then? Just say, oh, well, me and my buddies
It's not my, he was still walking out. So I didn't have time to ask him like, hey, can I invite, I don't like just bringing random people to friends' houses.
The
disrespectful, I think.
I understand. The whole thing is that say what you want about the incident. You had an opportunity there.
Definitely.
It was there, and you were blinded because
I thought I got turned down. I was like,
exactly.
Man, wow, first time. Tinder, I hate you.
See, isn't that crazy? Like, you have your hopes set on this one event,
right?
And I guess we can talk a little bit about meeting people on the internet and how back in the day it used to be done. Where back in the day, it's like you just ran into people.
Exactly
just-
what happened to me, and I guess goddamn technology.
But isn't that funny though? Isn't
is,
that
it
kind
is.
of like a metaphor of what's going on now in the world? It's like
yeah,
if you were in that bar and just say, you know what, hey Dave, let's just go on the bar.
see,
And
things might have ended up differently if I didn't,
You weren't-
I thought I had a date, to the bar already. So
you might have just talked to her. Shoot, you might have blown me off of this podcast. You're
I
like,
might have.
hey,
I might have been like, I'm sorry, man. I set something up.
man,
So.
talk about turn of events.
No kidding.
We
No
are
kidding.
all into these phones trying to find connections and meet new cool people when you can easily.
Just go to the bar, have a couple drinks, and talk.
I'm not saying go meet your soulmate in the bar.
Oh, no, of course. not.
But you could leave it open ended where you never know what's gonna happen. And that's what people have to understand is that's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a random thing that just happens.
Yeah.
I mean that's what happened with me. I mean I'm married now. I fought it for the longest time. I knew it in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna marry this girl. I know I am. And now that I'm married, I feel like, well, I feel much like an idiot that I didn't let it happen a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
That was all to me just being naive and thinking that.
So how did you and your wife meet?
Well,
is this something that you feel comfortable talking about, or you get a little shy there?
I just don't want to make it a whole podcast.
Right. No. I mean, definitely not. It's
I'll just give you just so people, those people who are out there, those young souls looking for love in all the wrong places,
looking for love. It's so. All right.
Since you, I'll talk about it as long as you still have beer.
Okay.
So basically, I had quit the band. I was like 20 years old, and I moved back in with my parents, and I was distraught. Thought music was gonna be what I was gonna do.
Right. For those of you that don't know, he used to he was a part of the D12, signed under Eminem.
Yeah.
But that you were saying you were leaving the band. I
No,
guess,
I didn't quite fit in with them.
I got you.
No,
I'm joking. What was the band's name? Though?
Henderson Road.
Henderson Road.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any music out or?
Oh well, I have a CD that I made in my garage, but that's about it.
Oh, nice. When's that hitting the
Oh
ladder?
Jesus!
Is it not?
Never gonna see it. Never gonna see daytime.
Oh, okay.
But that's a whole other podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I went home thinking what I'm gonna do because I thought that's what I was gonna do for the rest of my life.
Right.
And long story short, I ended up being part of the choir there at church because I love music so much. I wanted to do something with music, and we were doing this Christmas special for the church, and her mom was making her be part of the choir. So I'm there with the guitar, and then you have 12 of these girls who have been sent by their parents to sing, and they don't even want to be there. They were teenage girls, and just to get this out of the way, I know I'm 20 and she was 16. I think I didn't do anything.
Oh, whoa! Take it. Whoa!
I didn't do
That's
anything.
statutory. No,
Yeah, I know. No, I didn't do anything. Nothing. But
But I guess that's pretty cool. So y'all met at a young age.
yes,
That's awesome.
she hated me. She thought I was a tool. I had long hair and I had a beard and everything. So they all thought I was crazy. I think it was like I went to Mexico, came back. I think it was maybe 2 years after that. She was 18 now, and we started talking because she was part of the church, and I was still part of the choir, and we just exchanged numbers. We started hanging out. She played tennis. We all had mutual friends, kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how it happened.
that's awesome. I would love to hear more, but I just finished this beer, so
It's time for
another
beer.
Yeah,
Please
another
listen
break.
to these great tunes. Ready? We'll be right back.
This magic moment. So
And we're back with Tony. And if you guys just joined us, told everybody how I met my wife. Thanks to the Tinder story from Tony, the horrible experience that left him traumatic.
Never again will I.
But we will hear more about these Tinder stories, correct?
Yes, definitely. Really cool app. Cool app.
So we're gonna see where Tony goes with this, and see what happens, and see if it's worth it.
So tune in next time for the adventures of Tinder.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
All right.
So now Tony has a new beer. Tony, tell us what beer you're trying out today.
All right. Today from the Pick 6, I am drinking the Fireman's 4 Blonde Ale.
Interesting.
Looks like it's from Texas, and they've been around since '96.
Nice. So it's relatively more of a newer beer. And give a little background. You actually were interested in becoming should I not?
No, yeah. Go ahead.
You're interested in being a firefighter.
Yes, definitely working towards that.
And now you have this beer. Does it do it justice?
One moment, hold on.
Okay, he's drinking, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking a good swig.
Yeah, it really does taste like me passing the test and still not making the cut. Definitely. Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
So tell us about this beer.
The beer.
And by the way, this Pick 6, we are not sponsored by any beers. We're just acting a fool.
Yeah, we're just talking. It's beer talk.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. The beer, it's good. It's not as smooth as the first two that I had. The Angry Orchard, the hard cider, Hoppin' Mad Apple. That one, as we stated earlier, was bitter. Did taste like manzana apple. The next beer was Soul. That was smooth. This one, it's pretty hoppy. Is the best way I could describe
there you go.
it. Like it has that little. It has that aftertaste.
So it has that hoppy taste.
Yeah, it's still good. I can. What would go good with this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Burgers, hot dogs.
Burgers. You know what? I could definitely go good with a good burger.
A good barbecue burger.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Is that hops?
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir. Yep, that'll do it. So, I mean, I like it. I can definitely, like you said, a barbecue. I'll probably take this to the next time, I barbecue or I go over to barbecue.
You know what beer
to bring. Yes.
So now it's like, okay, so, hey, Tony, can you pick up some beer? I have my girlfriend. She doesn't really like to drink that much. Can you get her something?
Angry Orchard.
And you're like, hey, what are we having at this barbecue? Oh, some burgers. I got you, bro.
Yep. Fireman's 4 would definitely go good with that.
There you go. Pick 6 at
Pick
the hub.
6. Yep.
At the
Henry
hub.
E. Butler.
That's right. So we were today. We were actually thinking of going to go see Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Out of Compton.
You said it. So this is a movie that I'm gonna watch. That I'm gonna pretend that I know
a lot about. Yeah. That's exactly how I'm walking into the theater. I'm gonna, I got my Straight Outta Compton shirt on.
Yep.
I'm got my jeans riding low, sagging.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going in like that. Not at all.
Now, one thing that I do have to say is that it is an interesting time when this movie comes out because of all this civil unrest with police officers and racial profiling and whatnot. I think it's also great that it comes out kind of telling us a little story about how it all came about.
Isn't it crazy? Just the depiction of cops lately with all these, harassment charges and whatnot. Like, the movie was well timed, I think, just because of the way, the media has been, But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
So interesting.
I don't know if they timed it specifically for now, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It could have just been,
it's great.
just, yeah.
It's great timing. I know they've been working on a script for a while.
Yeah.
With that said, a lot of their issues had to do with police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see. I mean, I've heard great reviews, so I'm interested to see.
As have I. Yeah.
Like, whoa.
That's what really
What's
made
gonna
me
happen?
want to see it. Is like you were saying earlier. I don't know too much about it, so I'm walking in kind of, But yeah, I've seen some of the reviews that they've had, and they've all been good. They've all been good. So I'm interested in learning a little bit more about the history of
the NWA.
Yeah, and of course it may not be the full truth, but
Right, because
it is a movie. It is
It is a movie.
Yeah.
A movie. But I think looking at the positive side of this movie, if anything, if this is gonna help, help understand
that you don't need. Yeah, you don't have
excessive
to be,
force and all that junk, or vice versa. If you start to humanize these people who are racially profiled, maybe, I don't know, I'm just talking out of my butt right now, but the whole idea is that let's start really building a dialogue about what's really going on. Let's see how this will affect everybody. I think everybody's seen it as a positive thing. I mean, there's still a lot of things wrong, but I think that's the whole thing with the world, is that people think the world's going to shit, and what we have to understand is that if there's a problem that's alleviated, if there's a problem that's eradicated, there's 5 other ones that are going to spring out.
Right.
It's just the nature of the world and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
We're always going to have some sort of issue. The thing is, we're just trying to make it, man. We're just trying to make it. Exactly. So with this whole racial thing, with this movie, in the end, if it does have a positive message at the end of the movie, I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people are going into it and saying, oh, well, they left out this.
They're not being historically
yeah.
accurate with,
But overall, if their message is a positive one, and
if it's I got you.
Yeah.
I agree 110%. Actually, just recently, I was telling you about this earlier, how I got stopped.
Oh,
well, just
yeah.
with all this, hopefully there's a positive message in the movie, and it just reminded me of this situation, is how right now cops are getting like a really bad rap, on what they're doing, I just feel like, cooperate with the cop, and I mean, you may get that asshole who's just, gonna use his power for, whatever, if he's having a shitty day, but I mean, it's worked for me, plenty of times where, I get stopped, and as soon as the cop shows up at the window, I have my license in hand, windows roll down, engines off, I turn off the engine.
Being considerate.
Yes. I'm ready to go, and I feel like if you, usually when you get stopped, you know why you're getting stopped. I mean, people play dumb like, oh, I was going how fast? Oh, I was in a rut, Usually when I get stopped, luckily it hasn't been for speeding, but, I'm just honest, Recently, like I was saying, my tags on my car were expired, and I got stopped. So I told him, I was like, hey, my tags are expired.
Right.
I haven't renewed them.
You're straight up with him from the get-go.
Yep, from the get-go. Handed him my license, He was like, okay. Asked me where I was going. At the time, I was driving down to Pearsall, Texas. I don't know if anyone's ever been there.
Some work?
Yeah, some work. So I told him, I was like, this is why I'm driving right now, so on and so forth. And he pretty much let me go. I mean, I didn't have my tags on the car. He could have towed it. All he told me was, hey, I just following procedure. He had to run my name. I was like, yeah, I understand. So he ran my name, came back. He was like, okay, well, I do have to give you a ticket for, no tags. And I was like, yeah, I need the risk. I was like, yes, sir, I understand. He was like, but I'm not going to tow your car, which was awesome. I mean, who wants her to? Yeah, he could have.
Yeah,
he could have. Didn't. So I walked away, with the ticket, and
He was reasonable,
yeah,
and
So, yeah, just
if you would have acted
Yeah, if had I rolled my window like an inch down and been like, "Oh, why are you stopping me for, officer?" You know, which I think is stupid, but there's people out there that do that. So, anyways, yeah.
No, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of people that take that example right there and they blow it out of proportion and say, well, that would have happened differently because, you know.
I don't want people to get things misconstrued. I mean, just because I am drinking right now, like, do not drink and drive. That's just a big no-no. I mean, we're all adults. We know what's right, what's wrong.
Right.
But, yeah. So even though this is beer talk and I did bring up getting pulled over, I'm not encouraging or, you know, saying
he wasn't drinking when he was driving.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was going to work, folks.
He was going to work. He was being
a
law-abiding citizen. No, but it's true. You see a lot of these videos where, the person won't roll down the window, and
they just give, you know,
attitude,
attitude, or, you know, just so many things. And what's really sad, I mean, I don't want to make this, you know, just talk all about, you know, this the whole time, but what's really sad is I saw a news report where a cop got his gun taken away from him, and he was beat, and he claims he didn't want to, you know, shoot the gentleman because he didn't want all this negative media attention, and I think it's really hindering, you know, people from doing their jobs.
Yes.
So I think, you know, as a society, as, you know, people, we should, you know, stop trying to act like you know your rights when you have no idea, you know.
It's that whole idea of entitlement. They think that they're better, they know better, and it's such an inconvenience to be stopped. And you look at the big picture, a lot of times is, yes, sure, you do see this abuse coming from...
Yeah, and it's out there. It's out there.
It's coming from both ways.
It's not... That's the whole thing. Like, don't put all cops in this category of like, oh, because they're not.
They're doing a job.
Yeah, they're doing what they have to do.
Their job sucks. I wouldn't want to do that job.
I could never do that. That's why I chose fire department. You know, I could never do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to. Yeah. No.
You want to run into firing buildings on fire.
I want to be Bruce Wayne and run into. If y'all haven't heard our other podcast, y'all should check that out as well.
He wants to run into burning buildings and save children.
And
Man, you know, with that said, anybody who's out there risking their lives as a job alone, we hand it to those people. Someone has to do it. So those people that want to do it, hey, thank you.
Yes.
Seriously, thank you, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And even to those that, you know, don't want to do it, but, you know, they signed up for a job and they're fulfilling their, you know, their duties, people in the military.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I feel like this is really turning into like, you know, like country talk with drinking beer, like, my country.
That's what happens with that
when
type
you drink. Yeah, fireman's 4, you get all. Yeah,
that's what happens when you drink this beer, fellas.
So Soul had me talking about Tinder. Fireman's 4 has me,
police brutality. And, you know, no, but it's true. I mean, I think there's amazing people that work these jobs, and unfortunately, right now, this world. With these, I think the way that people are growing up, they're feeling more entitled than ever before. With that whole United States of America is the best and whatnot. I think that mentality feeds through media and music videos.
Definitely a lot,
and news and even
I think
shows.
that's why I started this whole. I got dragged into this like mindset was because we were talking about the Compton. You know, straight out of Compton.
That's right.
And how I said like the media, like it just seems like it's perfect timing for
a movie. It is perfect timing for this movie, and to say that
whether it be by just coincidence or
right,
but really good.
It's crazy how the world works, right? Sometimes things it's serendipity.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that happen in my band, and I just want to talk about a little bit, kind of explain my band. It's very democratic. Everybody has a word in it, and if it sucks, awesome. It sucks. We throw it away, whatever. We challenge everything.
I feel like that's appreciation of shoe music. Y'all all get together and y'all are like, okay, well, I'm thinking about this, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So when I'm there, they think of stuff that I didn't think about. And,
So what's the name of this band? I'm sorry for cutting you off.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say the name just yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll say it anyway.
It's
It's Oracle with AU, Oracle, like with having to do with listening and your ear and stuff. So it's really cool. It's really thought out.
Nice. Yeah.
And
I could tell that, man, this is awesome.
Yeah, these guys.
I'm excited to hear some stuff.
Yeah, these
Let me
guys
know.
are. Yeah, we'll have a show soon. These guys are on top of it. They're really really awesome guys. But with that said, their type of mentality is. I don't know. And spoke to the drum. I don't know about the drummer, but two of the brothers they're atheists,
Oh, okay.
and so they question everything. But the thing about this band is the weird thing about this band is that we have so many things that happen to us random that bind us together. Like the other day, I went to go pick up one of them to go eat lunch with him, and his brother just happened to text him and say, "Hey, do you want to get lunch?" And it's crazy. All these forces, these energies pull us together. Of course, I'm more spiritual than those guys. Those guys are atheists, but they at least acknowledge like that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. I'm just gonna throw this in real quick. I jammed with them for the first time like 4 or 5 years ago, and then I had some life happened, and I lost touch with them. 4 years later, I'm in a class. And one of them is in my class.
Wow.
And I was like, oh man, I think I know him. I'm not sure. So I didn't say anything.
Right. You're yeah.
And then I had a break. And then on my next class, he was there too. And those were the only 2 classes I was taking that semester.
That is crazy. That is.
So I manned up and I asked him, hey, do you remember me? He goes, yeah, I remember you. And what was crazy about it is like, yeah, I even remember that song, that song that you played. And he goes, I don't remember people's stuff. Like, but I remember that song, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." Nice. And then the very next, we hung out and we got to drink some beers, hang out or whatever. When that semester was over, he was like, "Yeah, keep in touch," And the very next day after the semester was done, I went to an interview and I started working at this call center, and his brother worked there.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like, "Dude, this cannot."
This magic moment.
Exactly. And so, I befriended them again, and we all started hanging out again, and now we're in a band again. But every time we're in that room together, it feels like that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I know they acknowledge it. I know it's...
I have one question. Question, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Question is, what song was it that he remembered?
I'm
guessing this is your like earlier stuff.
Yeah, it was just this.
Do you remember the name of the song?
Yeah, it's called Don't Ask Why.
Don't Ask Why. Cool.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
So
I got to hear that later if you have it.
Yeah. We were, now that I think about it, I think one time we were having a drunken night, and it was we were talking about the music and everything, and he just says we just blew it out the window, like, we don't care why this is happening, just do it.
Yeah.
Which hence the song Don't Ask Why. Don't ask why we're doing this.
Yeah.
This is great. This is good.
I like the fact that you have like it's like y'all go in depth with y'all's, like the name that the name of y'all's band.
It took us a while.
That's really awesome. You guys think about this, like that's awesome.
It's a good testament to the guys.
It's music appreciation right there.
Yeah, exactly. We would have settled to just some names that were okay, all right, but one of the guys actually, he's a firefighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this the drummer or
he's the guitarist.
Guitarist. Okay.
Yeah. He really pushed us, and he was like, "No,
Do me a favor. Ask him how many tries it took before he made it in. If you haven't already asked that question.
He's a smart dude, man.
Okay.
That guy.
So he was like first try. He was in.
I wouldn't.
I really appreciate you calling me dumb.
No.
Oh, he was a smart guy, so
no.
he didn't have to. You know what? Give me another Fireman's 4, just so I could taste that all over again.
Oh man, yeah, no. But This guy, it wouldn't surprise me if it was on his first try. I'll just say that. It wouldn't surprise me.
Cool.
With that said, Tony just finished his beer.
Yes, I just got done with Fireman's 4.
So we're gonna pause it for just a little bit, and we're gonna tap in the other one. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes.
I'm very self-conscious. I started breathing hard. Not just.
He's breathing hard because he just got a beer. Yes?
Oh, embarrassing. God damn. So, we're back. What was the introduction? So, anyways, the beer I have now is from Independence Brewing Company. This is part of the Pick 6 HEB. I've already tried the Angry Orchard Hoppin' Mad Apple. I've also tried the Soul Mexican beer. And Fireman's 4. If you're just tuning in, rewind a bit and you'll be able to hear all of my, Anyway, so this new beer is from Independence Brewing Company. It's called Red Bud.
And it's not in a bottle.
It's not in a bottle, it's a can. It is a can.
Ooh.
Pop the top again. Let's bring some country into this. This actually sounds like a country beer. Red Bud.
Red Bud. Hey,
Red Bud.
Hey, can you give me Red Bud?
Independence Brewing Company.
Give me that Red Bud.
Give me some of that Red Bud.
I don't drink none of that shit. I drink a Red Bud.
Bud Light. That's water. That was kind of black. No. I mean,
straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. That was straight out of Compton right there.
It's all right. It's all right. You're not going to get shot.
Are you sure? I'm fine.
Oh, no. Maybe if you drink that Red Bud.
Yeah. Let's try this Red Bud.
So, down. Play by play. He's drinking it. Oh, he's swinging it. Uh-oh. He's got the jitters. Ooh, he's got the sour face.
Yeah. It's a sour taste.
Really?
Yeah. Weird. What is... I don't know what it is. Hold on. 1 minute.
He's taking another swig. Oh, here comes the bitter face again.
I don't know. I feel like they were maybe trying to go for what Angry Orchard did.
Really?
Angry Orchard?
It's
I'm
kind
sorry.
of. Does it have a little bit of sugar in there or what?
It's just bitter. Like, it's like a failed attempt at Angry Orchard,
So
I think.
is it like an ale kind of taste or
I
just
don't
really
know.
hoppy?
It's not hoppy, no. Not
Interesting.
hoppy at all. It's just, I don't know.
Just bitter. So you're not a fan of Red Bud.
I can't see me drinking this with anything, doing anything and enjoying this. I'm sorry. I do
man.
apologize to any of y'all Red Bud drinkers out there.
Does it compare to any standard beer out there? Like
I can't point
Pabst
it.
or Milwaukee's Best?
None of that.
Really?
No.
Lone Star?
No, I'm telling you, I think they were trying to do what Angry Orchard did. Failed attempt.
Man.
Independence Brewing Company. This is just one beer drinker's take, but no, just don't. I'll still drink it though.
So anybody out there who loves to drink as well, wants to try these beers with Tony to get a second opinion also, hey, right?
Yeah, I would love that. I know we talked about like what they would go good with.
Yeah.
If y'all guys have any ideas, let me know.
Yeah.
That'd be
Interesting. I wonder what beer would...
Or what...
I wonder if there's anybody else. I mean, it has to get a market if it's on on HEB.
Yeah.
So I wonder, maybe there's some people that do like that. I don't know who would.
I have no idea. Let's see if I can...
Independence. Here,
Yeah.
I got to taste it. Let me taste it.
Yeah, please do.
Let me see. It says Berliner Weiss style. Oh, because it's kind of like a German, inspired by the traditionally tart and lemony German.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
why.
That explains it.
Oh.
And apparently it's brewed in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's a German beer. You know, it's not that bad.
You like it?
Well-
what would you... What's your take on it? What would go good with that?
It's very lemony. Very, very lemony. Let me see.
I guess that's why I got that sour. I was like, ah.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's very lemony. There's no sugar involved at all. It's not as... It's kind of tart. Yeah, of course. It's not that bad. I think it'd be good for cooking. If you're going to do some fish.
Yeah, maybe.
You know? But it's definitely a German beer.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I would see this as like not a. I mean, me personally, I probably wouldn't drink this beer, but yeah, cooking, I can, yeah. It would bring an interesting flavor to
Right.
like fish, yeah.
Yeah, or because it has that lemony.
Mhm.
It tastes like if you were to take club soda, right? Club
I think
soda,
you're right,
and a lot
yeah.
of like lime in there. I
Oh,
don't
well, that
know.
explains it. Non-alcohol. I'm playing. No, it's alcohol. It's an alcoholic beverage.
So-
What's weird is though at the HEB we did see some non-alcoholic beer on the.
Yeah, we did.
I was like, okay.
That's interesting. Maybe we should try at least one or two of those.
I've heard of Old Duels. I've never had Old Duels, but I know
That'd be a
that's
good one.
non-alcoholic,
That'd be
yeah.
good. I mean, we'll see what's
Yeah,
up.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for those people who don't want to get drunk, who love the pure taste,
Want to look like you're.
part of the
drinking,
gang
yeah.
and drinking.
Yeah.
But obviously, you
I
can't
wonder if bars have non-alcoholic beer on tap. Probably not on tap. I wonder if they
Yeah.
have maybe bottles.
It's
Cans.
interesting. Maybe we should
Ask next
yeah.
time. Huh?
yeah. Maybe that'd be something for you
Yeah.
to go try
Tinder
out.
adventures
Exactly. Do you have any non-alcoholic beers?
that you would recommend.
No. Get out of here.
You could buy them at the store, but this is the bar. We
Right.
serve real beer.
Exactly. There's real beer here. Here in the state of Texas, we see real beer.
We do have Red Bud though.
Red Bud. So, I don't know. Maybe there's some people that
Enjoy
like
it,
a
yeah.
lemony.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Tell you what. There's Bud Light out there added with lemon,
Bud Light Lime. Yeah.
lime, whatever.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Does that kind of
No.
not at all?
No.
nowhere near?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. No. I just don't like it. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of dressing beers, but for those people who dress beers, do you think they might?
If you want to look manly, without all the dressing, and you want all the dressing inside the beer already, I guess Red Bud would be for you.
There you go. There you go. So with that said, we're going to take a little pausa, and
Little
we'll come
pause.
back with the last beer
of the day.
of the day.
And you know I'm rolling, we just fucking up the ozone. I got a bitch that text me, she ain't got no clothes on. And then another one text me, yo ass next. And I'ma text your ass back like I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
How's it going?
We're back again.
We're back again, and now we have Pedro.
Pedro's in the house.
He's
Pedro is
eating
in
our
the-
pretzels right now with peanut butter.
the pretzel.
That's how we baited him to come. We're like, hey, do you want to come over? He's like, no. We have pretzels and peanut butter.
He was like, I'm there.
I'm there right now. Look at him. He's grabbing. Look at him go. Look at him go, ladies and gentlemen.
No, so earlier we were talking about, before the commercial break,
Yeah,
music break,
the music.
we were talking about Red Bud.
Yeah.
I'm still drinking it. That's how much I did not like it. But I'm still drinking it because I'm a beer enthusiast. So.
Right. For those of you who listened to the last beer talk, this guy not only tastes the beers, but he finishes them. That is beer etiquette at
Yes,
its
sir.
finest.
Yes, sir.
So if you are listening, this guy is not just tasting it. He's drinking them. He's putting them down.
I'm trying to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Trying to enjoy the beer.
So he says he doesn't like Red Bud, but you know what? He's drinking it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm maybe kind of maybe it's the drunkenness talking. I am down to what? This is my fourth beer, so maybe it's
Less
just
than
like,
an hour.
Yeah, less than an hour. It might be a little bit more than that because we have taken some breaks.
We had
so.
to go pick up Pedro.
No, we've been taking some breaks.
True.
I've been needing to go outside, get a little cigarette break.
So this is a good time to talk about your beer drinking, fellas. Drink responsibly. Get some food in you,
yes, do.
especially in the hotness.
Play it
and-
safe.
and
Play it safe.
There you go. In the Texas weather, drink a beer. Hey, pace yourself, okay? Pace yourself.
Which is something I'm not doing right now for this podcast, but hey.
Because we're whipping them into shape. The beer talk
No.
shape.
The beer talk, yes.
So that's Pedro making noise because that's what he does. He comes over and he makes noise.
Pedro is in the house if you're just tuning in.
And you guys, if you don't know, he's making noise to let you know
That he's here.
that he's here.
You
right
may
now.
not see him, but he is here.
He's here in the flesh.
I'm like Yeah, I think the beer munchies kicked in because I'm tearing up this.
So let's talk about beer munchies. What are
Beer
some
munchies.
proper beer munchies? Right now you have, I think this is a traditional beer munchie. You have some pretzels.
Pretzels and peanut butter.
There you go. That if you're watching the game, and they say, hey, what do you have? Or are you down for pretzels and peanut butter?
I could do that, yeah.
There you go. The silence was worth it because
Yeah.
this guy
I had to
can-
think about it. I was
yeah.
like, pizza and beer for a game, Super Bowl, or pretzels and beer. Pretzels and beer would be a nice starter.
Well, here's the thing.
If you want to move aside from the original traditional like chips and dip, cheese dip,
Yeah, exactly. Traditional. Generic traditional. We're not talking about.
you get
Yeah. What we're talking about here. Well. Let me back up a little bit. We can't just go pizza and beer right off the get go. That's a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a playoff game automatically.
Yeah,
You
Super
guys-
Bowl. Yeah.
Exact Super Bowl. That's big subs and beer.
Yeah.
Whole buffalo wings, everything. But you got to scale it back. You got to get it ready for that. You can't just
Right.
have.
Yeah.
You can't just have Super Sunday on a
Yeah,
regular game. Now, if it's a matchup like a Cowboys and Redskins,
Yeah, maybe.
that's
That'd
maybe
be
a wings
yeah.
game.
Yeah,
That's maybe a wing.
Maybe wings.
That's a wings game. It's Buffalo wings.
Yeah.
You get it, Buffalo Indians, Cowboys.
I got jokes.
There you go. We got jokes. But if you're having a big rivalry, maybe New England's playing New York or something, or what's another good rivalry out there right now?
Right now, probably everyone's been talking about the BVS, Batman versus Superman. That's a pretty big rivalry.
Okay,
That's been
so
going on.
you're going to Batman versus Superman. You get a pitcher of beer. What is your pitcher of beer?
Pitcher of beer for Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
So are we talking like Palladium?
Oh my gosh. Draft House. Has to be
Draft
Draft
House. Alamo Draft House is great. For those of you that live in the San Antonio area, great place to
That's
go.
actually, they're getting around.
Are they?
Yeah.
I just thought it was like here in Texas.
No,
Alamo
man,
Draft.
it's branching out.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I learn something new every day. But
There you go.
I'd probably have to stick to my guns on this and say Dos Equis.
You're gonna
a
go
big
Dos on
Equis.
draft.
Yeah.
Dos on draft. I'll go Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
A Blue Moon. Because it's gonna be a Blue Moon.
Oh.
With the Dark Knight.
Okay. I got
The
that.
lightning.
I got that. All right. Yeah. So beer talk.
Beer talk, fellas. So if you're going to watch Superman versus Batman and you are of age, 21 years old, get yourself a Blue Moon, have a good time, or a Dos Equis.
Don't get drunk at a movie theater, please. Don't ruin the experience for everybody.
Yes.
Go enjoy a
Drink
beer too.
responsibly.
Yes, exactly.
Don't start shouting obscenities
Yeah.
just because Michael Caine's not there.
Exactly. Or don't start shouting out as soon as Jesse, what's his name?
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg comes out. Oh, you're terrible, Lex Luthor.
Oh man, you're right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Beer talk.
Beer talk.
Beer
is
talk.
what we're doing.
So you're almost done with this beer?
Yes, almost done.
Because we're
with
getting
the,
ready for the big finale, fellas.
big finale.
The big finale. So here he is. Oh, by the way, I have the perfect bottle opener for you.
Okay, so this entire time I have a bottle opener, but it's a little flimsy. I mean, but if you know how to use it, if you know how to open a beer with that bottle opener, it works. Anyways, Jose is giving me his fancy Gears of War, like made out of steel bottle opener.
Only way to go, bro.
All right.
Only way to go. Worked like a charm, didn't it?
Yeah, it was okay.
What?
Now I'm a little angry. No, but
Okay, so talk about this beer you got in front of you.
all right. So the last beer of the day is going to be imported Guinness Extra Stout. I've tried just regular Guinness, I guess, if that's a thing. Regular Guinness.
Whoa, people are angry right now.
Are
Their
they?
fists are in the air.
So
You thought you were going to get shot for straight out
I
of
did.
Compton.
I did.
People
I thought
shoot
it was
you.
getting there.
Yeah.
No, but I like Guinness. I thought it would go good with steaks. I've never had this one, so let's test it. Let's taste it.
Play by play. He's drinking it. He's drinking it. He's tasting it. And he's looking into the ceiling, to the floor.
It's good. It reminds me of Guinness. Just I don't know where the extra stout comes in, but it's good. I mean, what's really nice about it is we had it up in the freezer, so there's little, it's half.
Oh man,
iced,
so
yeah.
people now are gonna claim that this whole tasting thing is rigged.
It's
See,
rigged.
you just threw it out the window. The variables
Oh
are
my
messed
God.
up. There's ice follicles. That's not the way to drink a beer. Like
Some
basically,
beers taste better that way, though.
that's what
I
they're gonna
think.
say. They're gonna say,
Guinness isn't one of those beers that you should do this with. Oh, okay.
no,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
no, no, no.
Okay. well,
All I'm saying is that this beer is not the greatest. The only reason is the greatest because it has those damn ice follicles.
I'm just saying it.
So if it was warm beer, it'd be horrible beer. Any beer warm is horrible.
I would agree with that.
But haters be haters.
Haters be hating.
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah. They just peanut butter and jelly.
That's right.
Peanut butter and jelly.
So you like this beer? This is a beer that you could. Do you see yourself buying a 6-pack
Yeah.
out of enjoyment? Just you know
A
what?
6-pack. I don't think I could do like a 6-pack of this by itself. Now I'd probably have to be eating.
What would you be eating with this?
I've already said meat. I'm a carnivore, so meat. Yeah.
Some
A steak,
some
ribs.
steaks, ribs.
Yeah.
Some ribs.
Ribs.
So this is a beer for the real man,
Yes, sir.
the carnivore.
Yes, sir. This beer will put a beard on your face, definitely.
If T-Rex had long arms and was able to drink, he would drink Guinness.
I don't know. T-Rexes were pretty hairless, from my understanding.
This is right. You're right. I wasn't thinking there.
Yeah,
I was trying. I went too far on that.
a little too far. Yeah.
Maybe,
Well,
yeah.
but that was like BC.
If you were on the Neanderthal,
Okay.
you would drink this beer.
AD.
Maybe. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. After killing a buffalo or whatever they killed back then, yeah.
There you go.
Some
So,
steak, yeah.
so you
Prime ribs.
eating buffalo wings would be appropriate for this type of beer.
I could
It's
see
not
that.
real buffalo, but
yeah, it's chicken, but
but
I'd probably have to stick with red meat. It's
Really?
just- yeah, I think. That's just my opinion. If there's any naysayers out there who say, it
okay.
tastes
What about
better.
horse meat?
I've never had it.
Maybe
Not to my knowledge.
Exactly. I was just
Not to my knowledge. I mean, apparently Taco Bell had a thing for a while now,
oh man,
where they had they found like horse DNA in the
Crazy.
meat. I don't know.
crazy.
This is beer talk.
This is beer talk, fellas.
What's funny is I think now that I'm feeling the effects of the beer, yeah.
Okay, so here's the real question: if you had a beer light right now, would you give a damn?
No dams would be given.
And see, that's what happens, fellas. Get a 6-pack of your favorite beer, and then, get watered down beer. The only problem is that, just will be watered down.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be saving money that way, you think?
What do you mean, a watered down beer?
Well, I'm just saying, if you get a 6-pack of your favorite beer, drink it down, get a little buzz, start drinking Bud Light. You see where I'm going with this?
No.
Because now you're not necessarily enjoying the beer anymore. You can just drink a condensed
Okay.
version. You can get Milwaukee's Best and be okay with it after a
Okay.
certain point. Is
Yeah.
that true?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you could go to a party. Let's say I have a party.
And if I went to a party right now, I'm saying I can't drink Guinness. Like I could see myself
Okay.
drinking it with food. But if I went to a party and
Uh-huh.
all there was Guinness, I'm pretty sure after the first one or two, it wouldn't bother me as much. I'd be like, okay, I'm drinking. And,
Okay, okay.
There's no steak involved, but I'm still drinking it.
Okay, so here's my my hypothetical.
Okay.
So you come to my party, RSVP. I give you a ticket and I say, you got 10 beers. 10 beers.
Okay.
Okay? With these 10 beers, you can choose whichever beer you want. So, obviously, what beer would you... They have all kinds of beers. What beer would you gravitate to that you would drink all night with that 10 ticket?
All kinds of beer. I'd probably, if it was an event, I'd probably try different beers. I mean,
Okay, but let's just say the majority of it. If we say, you know what, pick your favorite beer.
again, hands down, have to be Dos Equis.
Okay, Dos Equis. So let's just say this. We'll say to RSVP, you choose your beer and you get 10 of these, and that's it. That's all you get to drink for the night.
Okay.
You get more beer, but this is set aside for you.
Right.
So you pick Dos Equis. So we give you your 10 beers. You drink them. After that,
I move on to something else. Well,
but all that's left is like Lone Star.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, it depends. If I'm at an event and I'm enjoying it, yeah, I may continue drinking. If I have a safe ride home, do not drink and drive.
Right. Everything
Right,
like shuttle,
safety,
everything.
Okay, yeah.
So you have no problem with going from your 10 beers,
pretty sure
from your favorite ones to.
If I have 10, I'm pretty sure I'd just drink, any beer that's left.
Okay.
If I'm enjoying myself. Now, if it's like, lame and I'm ready to get out of there, then no, I'm leaving
Okay.
after.
What's the best? It's hopping.
Okay,
It's
it's
hopping.
hopping.
Now let's reduce that.
Like one of them straight out of Compton parties. Just,
yeah, that guns in the air, blazing. Easy, my show. No, that's too much. Anyways, okay. Now
rolling
let's.
down the street in my 6'4".
What's a 6'4"?
I have no idea.
What is a 6'4"?
Do you?
No, I honestly don't know. Till this day, we're going to go see this movie tonight, and we don't know what a 6'4" is.
No idea.
Can someone tell us? Someone call in, please. Tell us what a 6'4" is. Right now. I feel like we are not allowed to go see this movie without knowing what a 6'4" is.
You have to know, right? Like, I have a feeling there's going to be someone at the movie theater, like, waiting for us to walk in. And before they let us in, they're going to be like, what's a 6'4"? Like, it's like the secret password. Like, well, what is it?
Exactly.
I'm going to have no idea.
Or someone's going to be sitting and slouching, doing the slouch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's in the back of the bus kind of slouch. And he's going to be eyeing everybody, and he's just be calling them out. He's like, that guy shouldn't be here. That guy shouldn't be here. What's that guy don't even know Dre. You don't even know who Ice Cube is.
Yeah.
They don't know NWA. So we're gonna feel really stupid, man. So Pedro, our information guy,
Yes.
just his
But
theory.
it sounds right. I mean, it made sense.
His theory is that it's a '64 Impala.
That's what a 6'4" is. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I think that was
Now, from the interview,
like that era.
from the,
I think, Impalas were.
they were big, right?
Yeah.
they were big for those gangsters.
Yeah, gangsta. I'm a G.
From the G's. So from the interview that we saw with Ice Cube, he actually wrote that for Eazy-E,
Yeah.
right? Because we
Yeah.
saw that on YouTube. He said it, so
Yeah.
it must be right.
I wonder if they're going to implement any of that in the movie. I mean, that's why I'm really excited to see the movie, just because we have been like Jose said, we saw an interview earlier, an actual interview.
We're trying to get into the beef.
Yeah, we're trying to learn.
Not
We
the
had
actual
no
beef, but beef.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, got a little excited.
Steak?
Steak.
Steak? Trying to get into the steak?
Beer episode. We kind of get a little wanky towards the end.
Towards the end, yes. After, what, 6?
Yes, after
Man.
6 beers. And I'm not drinking. I drank that one, but it's
The Angry Orchard.
The Angry Orchard. You thought it would make me angry, but it didn't. It softened me up.
I don't think it made me angry either. What were we
No.
talking about at that time?
We didn't start talking about NWA until you got into that Firehouse one. The fire. What is it?
Right, yeah.
The
Fireman's 4.
Fireman's Force. So obviously, yeah. We'll just that's pretty much what the beer did to us.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so,
guys.
sorry if we're a bit lackluster in the
No, but we're gonna go watch this movie.
Yeah.
And we did a little bit of research. We looked at some YouTube videos. We read on some stuff. Mojo.com did a little recap of how it started and
That's
how it
right.
branched off. So we're vaguely informed about this.
And I mean, now we at least have an idea of what a 6'4" might be.
Might be. We're going in
Might
there
be.
blind still.
Yeah.
Somewhat blind.
So if there is like security outside asking us, I'm just gonna throw that out, like 64 Impala.
Yeah.
And
They-
if we
so-
get in, well, then that's what it meant. Though.
That's what it means. So we might get in. If we have a podcast, we'll let you know what happened.
The turnout, This is
Yeah.
what happened.
Exactly. It should be good all around. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be good.
Definitely.
From seeing it though, we were talking a little bit about it. From everything that happened, what I take, the feeling that I get from all these different videos is that it was these kids starting to make music, and they're talking about things that they're passionate about, and they went into the music industry, and this guy stole money.
Yeah.
And everybody dealt with it differently.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what to think. They're
what
just
sucks
wide
is that
eyed.
there was, because of that, there was feuds between them,
Yeah.
and that's where you get all this, the whole,
Yeah.
like, Dre and Easy
Yeah.
beef, Ice Cube and,
Exactly.
Easy.
Which is sad. It's sad. They got taken advantage, and that's really, I think that's going to be a
You
big
made a good
theme.
point earlier, though, when we were talking about this. Sorry for cutting you off.
No,
but,
go for it.
just how, you believe that Ice Cube was the smartest one because he's the
Yeah.
first one that left, so, said, like,
Yeah.
I'm done with this. And,
Yeah. And thankfully he had no ties.
yeah.
I think the
exactly.
other guys were repped in a mess.
Mhm.
Eazy-E had, this contract
With Dre.
with Dre, and everything with the manager. I think they were all tied down, and
Yeah.
they're trying to do the smartest thing to do by sticking around. And Ice Cube left; he didn't want anything to do with it. He was the smartest guy; he got out of it, and he got into movies. He still kept that passion going.
Yeah.
He knew the problems that he had, but he grew up. Now, if you look at him, he's still not that gangster dude. I mean, he has ideologies, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think he went ahead and started doing things that he was passionate with, starting with like Boys in the Hood and even
Right.
even the barbershop stuff. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's gone soft," and not really.
He's just, as you get older,
You're wiser.
you're wiser. So, I mean, if you think about it, the barbershop movies are still kind of like in the hood, but it's more of a positive rather than like
Right.
thuggish, like,
Well, it's a different message.
Yes.
I know it's a more grown up message. We're
Yeah.
talking about, hey, unity, and let's work on this together. Let's not forget why this barbershop is so important.
Mhm.
I like that aspect of it. Aside from cinematic thing, that's a whole other thing.
Right,
But
right.
I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's reflecting positive messages. And for those people that say, "Oh, he's not gangsta anymore," I think these people that think in that mentality, they're stuck.
yeah.
It's like, I think even Tupac, if he was still around, I think he'd be doing more positive things for the community.
Definitely.
And he was starting
he
to.
started to. Yeah, he started to.
So people forget about that. They just
Oh,
think
man.
about the hard realities, and the hard realities are there. I think they're important, but them realizing that there's positive things that they can do for their communities is what sets them apart.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And that's
yeah.
funny that you brought up Tupac because the reason why I don't know much about NWA, I know it was before Tupac, but around the Dre and Easy were still beefing around that time, but I think around that era I was listening more.
You
to
grew up
Tupac,
kind of like in a Tupac thing. Yeah, me
like,
too.
I wasn't
Yeah.
like thug, like
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that, maybe
But Tupac was accessible.
yeah.
He did have some music out there that I know I listened to, and he was on the media at that time. He was he was in jail. You're wondering
You
what
know
really
what's a question
happened.
that I've had friends ask me, that are like into hip hop or they haven't asked me, but they like told me they've been like, if Tupac was still alive, I don't think he'd be a good rapper, like and I'm like, maybe I don't know. I liked him for the time that he was around, like it was relevant. I think he could have had a positive impact on a lot more people's lives, but what do you think about that? Like, do you think he'd be a relevant rapper at this time if he were still alive?
That's just it's just crazy. These are hypothetical questions.
Yeah, true.
that-
You
that
can't
we
really
can't
answer. Yeah,
I mean,
you can have some.
the thing about it. The thing about everything is, we talked a little bit about this. It's all about timing.
Mhm.
So, with him changing his message, maybe I think that would have alienated a lot of people.
Mhm.
I think, unfortunately, with some of these artists, their rise, the reason they rise up is their downfall as well.
Yeah.
So if he changed his message, maybe a lot of people wouldn't, it wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily like it, and it would have dropped off. But he would have kept going and would have been doing great things despite what fame was. But you never know. You never know if the current, the current events would have
Mhm.
reflected what he was talking about.
His message. Yeah.
So it's just a very, very complicated thing. I mean,
Yeah.
even people that are out there, rock bands, like, they don't know why they're famous.
Yeah.
Just people, it's just, everything's perfect. It's like the perfect storm. The way I see it, it's kind of like, not to get all crazy and hippie, like hippie-like here, but it's the universe in Earth, like,
Yeah.
it was just the perfect turn of events, and we just got, that Goldilocks theory, like everything's perfect. All three things went together, and that's pretty much what happens when these guys become stars. And there's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
The difference is they're prepared when this happens.
Right.
And they're just thrusted in. There's a lot of exploitation. Obviously, there's people that are smarter than other people, but it's all about timing. You never know.
Never know.
You never know. So
you never know things like that.
But I did hear they were going to make a Tupac movie after this. I know there was.
Really?
Yeah, they were making.
I have not heard of that.
Yeah, they're making a Tupac movie after this because it's gotten so much good attention. So there's even interviews out there with the guy who plays Tupac. I don't know if he's in the movie. We'll find out. But that's something to look forward to. So next podcast, more than likely, we'll be talking about Straight Outta Compton. And what we thought about it as a movie, and see if it does have that positive message.
Yeah.
All we know is that Dr. Dre said that he did talk to Eazy-E while he was sick, and they squashed everything. So everything appears to be in good. There's some naysayers that say, oh, well, Eazy-E's son never got to try to play the part. And so there's a lot of haters about that because Ice Cube's son is playing Ice Cube.
Right.
But, hate is going to hate.
They just peanut butter and jelly.
That's right. All right, guys. That's it for the beer episode. Beer talk with Tony.
Beer talk with Tony, yeah.
So, we'll come back with some more picks and some more beer picks.
Yeah, I also do have to say, if y'all are listening, y'all have any ideas on what beers I should try for, the next installment of Beer Talk. Let us know if you like Beer Talk. Should we continue doing podcasts like this? Or...
They're like, no.
No, stop. Y'all start rambling on at the end. Just do 2 beers. All right. Well, yeah. This is Tony. Again, check me out on Instagram. All caps, Red Blue Blur 1989.
And I am Jose. You can follow us at facebook.com/youareunderreview, all spelled out, no lowercase, and also Twitter at CurePoint7. That's CurePoint number 7. And check us out. Check the pictures, and we'll talk to you